Bonjour tout le monde. Merci Denis et félicitations de ton travail remarquable à la Faculté des sciences de la santé. There is now a mandatory courses on social determinants of health in addition to research teams and projects. Tell the truth, as the old first dean, I'm very envious of all what you achieved. The faculty is now, I received the email bulletin, we never had anything like that, of course, in my time. It's just remarkable how it expanded, ça s'est subdivisé. Il y a le fameux baccalauréat que j'appelle le baccalauréat générique en sciences de la santé que j'ai essayé de créer sans aucun succès. Alors on est très fiers de toi. Tu as fait du bien bon travail, comme on dit. You know, Canada is of course very proud of its tradition of calling attention to the social, cultural, and environmental factors that influence health inequities. We still speak of the 74 so-called Lalonde Report and the 86 Ottawa Charter, Fraser Mustard, the Canadian Institute for Advanced Research work. We know all of that, and then the recent input and contribution some of Canada made to the WHO commission that we are celebrating today, and I want to recognize Ron Labonté and Ted Schrecker, who helped us in the Knowledge Network on Globalization. I want to mention the name of Clyde Hertzman from Vancouver, who led the Knowledge Network on Early Child Development. They did fabulous work, just fabulous work. And yes, it's true, as was said by Richard and by Denis, that we continue to do our share in contributing to global understanding of the social, economic, and other conditions that influence the health of citizens. But yet the truth is that Canada, one of the 10 richest countries in the world, is so wealthy despite the scary global economic times that it manages to mask the reality of poverty, social exclusion, discrimination, employment erosion, mental health, and youth suicides. While one of the world's biggest spenders on health care, we have one of the worst records when it comes to providing and affecting social safety net. And those are reality and perception that I don't think most Canadians share. They kind of think would be extremely surprised to hear that. But as Sir Michael wrote in our WHO report, what good does it do to treat people illnesses, then send them back to the conditions that made them sick? We're constantly reminded that the social gradient exists within and across both rich and poor countries. And as we say in our report, and I quote, unequal distribution of health-damaging experiences is not in any sense a natural phenomenon, but it's the result, I'm not sure it's from our report, but it's from Sir Michael. It's in the report as we repeat ourselves, we don't always remember. It's not in any sense a natural phenomenon, but it's the result of a toxic combination of poor social policies and programs, unfair economic arrangements, and bad politics. The health inequities faced by our Aboriginal people, single-parent families, usually headed up by women, the working poor, the homeless, and underhoused, who live in conditions of vulnerability, should not continue to go unnoticed. What works to address health inequities is now well known. I just referred to the Quebec $7 a day daycare in terms of what it achieved for early child development and for many other aspects of life in our society. And Sir Michael will share with us the work he led in the UK and elsewhere. It takes courage and determination, imagination, smart, cost-effective whole-of-government policies, and engaging many actors, including academia, the private sector, and our communities. Here we have an opportunity to interact and learn from one of the greatest champions of health equity, Sir Michael. He will offer global and national perspectives, I hope that's the exact title of his presentation, on advancing health equity. We're particularly lucky to have often received Michael Marmot in Canada over the years. Thank you, Michael, for those long transatlantic hours on plane, the jet lag, etc. Today is no exception. After our commission, for example, he met with Dr. Bolduc, the Quebec Minister of Health, and offered his assistance and expertise in setting up a policy review group there. While the commission met in Vancouver, another example, in June 2007, Sir Michael met the Honorable Tony Clement, then the Federal Minister of Health, and witnessed with enthusiasm the first and still the only, but others are in the making, I'm told, tripartite agreement between the federal government, the provincial BC government, and the First Nations on health governance in order to improve the health and well-being of First Nations individuals and communities. Several members, other example of the Public Health Agency of Canada, have benefited of his knowledge and wisdom, and I could go on. But he may also remember Canadians for something else. Go forward, the first meeting of the Commission, the end of March 2005. We're in Santiago, Chile. We basically 20 of us around here with him. We quite don't know each other. And we are being presented with a ton of huge briefing books and PowerPoint presentations from WHO staff, who we don't know either. And the commissioners are made to feel either a bit stupid, the former ministers, all of us in particular, you know, plain dumb, or just there to be rubber stamp predetermined courses of action. So we start, without any organization, questioning everything. And then it's coffee break. I saw that Michael seemed a bit overwhelmed by the atmosphere of the room. But at coffee break, Eleanor Wilson, you remember Eleanor, just was accompanying Dr. Caroline Bennett, our only minister ever of public health, just went straight to Sir Michael with her coffee and she said, "Don't worry, that is absolutely normal." I have to read because I keep forgetting that incredible thing she told us. She just goes, she says, "This is absolutely normal," and she tells Sir Michael that our group reactions are plain according to rules, and she gives him the Tuckman stages of group development model. She goes on, forming, storming, norming, and performing. Most of us have never heard anything. He had, I still remember his face. British courteous, you know. But you had never heard of that either. So he keeps repeating it to himself since. So it's not long to go back to something more serious before the group became a wonderful team of colleagues and friends. Sir Michael, an exceptional human being, exercises an outstanding leadership, respectful of others, egalitarian, and he is a man of courage and integrity, and of dangerous tenacity. In his quiet voice, Sir Michael is pushing ideas more radical than any of the official social critiques of our societies. This commission, which issued the landmark report Closing the Gap in a Generation, is the best working group I've ever belonged to. Thank you, Michael. It's a real honor and pleasure to introduce to you Professor Sir Michael Marmot, Professor of Epidemiology and Public Health, and Chair of the new Institute of Health Equity, University College London, an extraordinary agent of social change.